listening to MusicGovernsFM, Channel 33 with Bombele, the sound for your soul, and the word became flesh. How are you this afternoon? It's the 22nd of January 2026. What time is it now? It's 3:45. Oh my God, God has been so good. How are you doing at home? Yeah, it's been a good day. It's always a good day because I am in the timeline of God. So I'm in that, the timeline that God set it up for me. So everything is good. It doesn't matter what I face, but I know that God has a plan for me, So yeah, that's my drive in this life. But how are you doing at home? How are you doing it at your work, in your business? We are called to be life changers, be the way makers, because we serve a mighty God. So we need to be like Him. We are like Him. We need to be aware about that. The more we are aware of, then that's when we become exactly what He designed us to be. Yeah, but how are you in America? You well? In Asia and Europe and Africa? Oh my God, the Lord has been so good. Learning the ways of the Lord. How can I put it? It's so powerful and it's so life-changing. Hearing and looking at how God walked with men, and how God revealed Himself to people as a promise. Because where you are going, you're actually going to Him. That's a revelation that I get it now, that that promised land is actually, it's where God is. That's where God in His fullness. So He wants us to be in that place, a place of rulership, a place of righteousness. So that's our promised land, and we need to function in that place, so that whatever that we do, it will represent His nature. We are here to represent the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, we need to push, guys. I don't know about you, but listen to MusicGovernsFM, Channel 33 with Pompele, the sound for your soul, and the word became flesh. Oh yes. Listen to MusicGovernsFM with Bombele, the sound for your soul. Yes, I'm so empowered by what we are doing, by what the Lord is revealing in our lives. So I want us to dive into our message today. And remember, in the morning drive, we spoke about the life of Moses in the beginning, when he was a child. And so he was taken by the Pharaoh's daughter, and he became the son of the daughter's king. It was all God's orchestration, because He wanted the Hebrews to learn things in Egypt also, like in terms of principles and rulership. So they had to go through study, because your calling is divine. Your calling is big. God will put you in places where you have to learn, ahead and understand systems, because kingdom is a system. So that it operates as a system. So we have to understand how God trains us, So Moses was trained at a young age. living under the Egyptians' kingdom. So he grew up there, looking at Moses as a promise, as the continuation of what God spoke to Abraham. Even, do you know that even it didn't start with Abraham, actually? It starts before then, in Noah's time. Maybe you know the story. But now let's just carry on here. So I'm looking at God, moving with His word, because He said His word won't go back without doing what He intended to do here on earth. So He makes sure that His word is fulfilled. And the word of God is amazing. It becomes a human being because Moses was the promise. Moses was an instrument for God now to release the Israelites from Egypt. So now let's learn about Moses now after when he grew up. He grew up now being taken care by the Pharaoh's daughter. So let's read now Exodus chapter 2, from verse 11. So it says, many years later, when Moses had grown up, he went out to visit his own people. Remember that God protected Moses and he was nursed by his mother, so he drank from the promise because remember that Pharaoh wanted to kill all the sons, but now Moses was alive and he grew up there knowing his people, because God actually wanted to keep the identity, because you need to know who you are. You must know that you were created by the Most High God, the mighty God. So that's your identity. So God knows He knows your life because He created your life. So He knows how to grow you. So it's very important to understand that part of your life, because you have to connect from the source. You need to connect in the source of your life. You must know who created you, so that whatever that you pursue in life, it will come from that place, So let me just read now from verse 11. Now it's many years later, when Moses had grown up, he went out to visit his own people, the Hebrews, and he saw how hard they were forced to work. During his visit, he saw an Egyptian beating one of his fellow Hebrews. After looking in all directions to make sure no one was watching, Moses killed the Egyptian and hid the body in the sand. The ministry was starting now in Moses' life, but he was not aware why he was acting like that. But because remember that God said to Abraham, your descendants will be enslaved in a foreign land for 400 years. But after 400 years, I'll bring them back here in Canaan. So that's what he said. And then Moses now he's becoming that word. Even he was not, even that moment he was not aware why he could see how Egyptians were treating his fellow citizens. So and then he killed an Egyptian. The journey was starting already, because God had to fulfill that word, that is the one that He spoke to Abraham. Yes, you listen to MusicGovernsFM, channel 33 with Bompele, the sound for your soul. Yeah, the word became flesh. We see flesh now. We see the word becoming flesh here in Moses' life. Then verse 13 reads as follows. The next day, when Moses went out to visit his people again, he saw two Hebrew men fighting. Why are you beating up your friend? Moses said to the one who had started the fight. The men replied, who appointed you to be our prince and judge? You are going to kill me as you killed the Egyptians." Then Moses was afraid, thinking everyone knows what I did. And sure enough, Pharaoh heard what had happened. He tried to kill Moses, but Moses fled from Pharaoh and went to live in the land of Midian. You see now, we really need to look at this life as the stages, There's a time in your stage where people could see that you have a ministry, you have a calling, and as you start to operate, not being aware what you're doing, and they start to to treat you differently and try to say things that wants to discourage what is coming out, because it's a baby that is trying to come out, so it manifests itself. And that's why I think one of the sessions I spoke about things that happens and as you grow, in the ministry, it changes. People, they start to look at you in a different way, and because of the call. But God is in that word, so we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to worry. When you are in a calling, don't be afraid when people start to criticize you, when people start to discourage you. It's normal. It's normal. The things of God, they work like that. Don't start to hate people because they don't believe in what you are becoming. Because once you start to hate people, you are killing the baby. Because this baby was gonna save the whole Israelites, but these people were like, now you're gonna be our prince, so they're starting to mock him. Remember what happened to Joseph also. He shared his dreams, and his brothers started to say, are you gonna rule over us? So that's what happens once you start to come out from within you, and people, they start to react, because it's normal. Listening to MusicGovernsFM, channel 33 with Mompele. MusicGovernsFM, channel 33 with Bombele, the sound for your soul. And the word became flesh. Oh my God, God is so good. I hope you're learning these things, because they're very important to understand. Because when you understand them, you don't stress, you don't worry. Because you know that it's part of the script. I think Moses was afraid because of what he did before he killed an Egyptian, and these brothers now, his family, they were jealous now. They said, why are you beating? They said, who appointed you to be our prince and judge? No one appointed him. But they were seeing what God has already has designed. Remember that humankind can read things that you cannot even see yourself. They could recognize that he was going to be a leader. He was going to lead them. But, it came that way. It was uncomfortable, painful. So now... So Moses had to run away, and God had already prepared a place for him. Now he knew that he's going to run away. It was part of a design also, how he's going to meet God somewhere. So he had to go to the land of Midian. For now, for this afternoon drive, I think I will end here, and just think about this and review your life. things that you have faced already, as you're embarking in becoming the Word and being out there, and just something that I wanted you to know today is God knew you before He formed you. So He's got a plan, He's arranging things for you. Sometimes things are not as comfortable as you may desire, but they are part of the plan. They're normal. So people will start to criticize you, and they will start to call you things that's gonna start to discourage you. But don't be discouraged. Don't be afraid. The Lord is with you. He will always be with you because He gave you an everlasting word, the word that's got an eternal life. So don't worry. I'm gonna see you in the morning drive tomorrow, and we'll continue. We speak about it also. Oh, remember, let me just announce this also. So what's gonna happen is, as we are studying these men, so the conversations are gonna run like this. So the afternoon one will be repeated in Zulu in the morning drive. So in the morning drive, we'll be speaking same thing, but not exactly the same, but we'll be repeating the same message. So we stopped in Genesis, Exodus chapter 2, verse 14, where the Israelites were now saying things against Moses, that started to cause him to wonder what's going to happen with him, So we're going to speak about it in the morning again in Zulu and English. So yeah, that's how we're going to run it. The afternoon and the morning will be likely the same, and then the afternoon drive also we start another session, also a new session. So we'll do like that. God bless you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. May the Lord protect you and guide you, and go and shine and be the light of the world and be the salt of the earth. God bless you.